Medina firstly? How do you manage to get into Medina?
Alright, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam ala Nabi Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, amma ba'd. I don't like talking about myself. I've never liked speaking about myself, to be honest with you, akhi. Jazakallah khair. But since you've made this request and you want people to know about this, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, and it's a good thing, inshallah. How I got into Medina, it's actually funny, man. I don't know where to start from. It was a dua. It was a specific dua, in my opinion, and I was in Makkah, I remember, and I was leaving Makkah, coming back from Umrah, and whenever anyone is leaving Makkah behind, subhanallah, you don't want to leave. And you become sad. Yeah, you become overwhelmed, and you start to think, man. And I always wanted to study, yeah?
No, I know the feeling.
You've been there, yeah, mashallah, jazakallah khair. Exactly.
You're going Umrah, you walk away, you're leaving towards possibly going Medina or going back home.
And I always wanted to study, I wanted to study in Makkah and Medina. I always wanted to be a student at the University of Medina.
Yeah.
This was something I always wanted to do. So I made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon leaving Makkah, and I was facing the Kaaba. I said, Ya Allah, make it happen. Wallahi, I remember that specific dua. It was amazing. And I left and feeling sad. Feeling my dua is not answered. There's that feeling that you get, subhanallah. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Because Allah Jalla wa Ala answered my dua, man. Alhamdulillah. And so how I got into Madinah University, firstly, I didn't get into the university as a student. Let that be clear. Right? I got there as a teacher. Right? Yeah, I got there as a teacher in the University of Medina, in the prep year of the University of Medina. And subhanallah, I want to mention something here. When you make dua to Allah Jalla wa Ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you that which is better. I mean, by default, if you ask any individual, what's better, being a student or a teacher? What would you say?
Teacher.
No
doubt.
It's just that thing, isn't it? That martaba, that level. Of course. Anyway, so how I got into the University of Medina, and I remember I used to make a joke with my family. I'd say that, imagine one day a letter comes through the post saying that they're requesting me to come as an English teacher in the University of Medina. Honestly, I remember these were jokes that I used to make. And we'd just say, Insha'Allah, if Allah wills. Yeah, it's so funny, yeah. And then, subhanAllah, one of the days, I remember I was studying my English course, and I got into the wrong course. Because I wanted to study, I wanted to get this CELTA, to go and live in Riyadh and study under the feet of the ulama.
Yeah.
That was my aim, one of my aims on the side. After all those jokes I used to make, yeah? But I wanted to study. And so I started this English course. So I went for the CELTA, the interview, and I flopped. Every time I would go, man, it's just like, I'm just not getting into the CELTA. And the CELTA's the one. Everyone knows. You ask the brothers who are teachers there, they know CELTA's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's istithna. It's like, exception here and there. But CELTA is the one. Then I thought to myself, well, I've seen a couple of jobs for TESOL. So I went to this college near my area. I went down, not my area, but, down south somewhere. Went down there and I said, you know what, I want to get myself into this course. And they said, yeah, we're doing a TESOL. And the guy lied to us. It was a bump. And end up doing a TQUK. Don't ask me what that is. Right? I ended up doing that one, which is a wrong course, right?
Yeah, of course.
I never seen any advert on English teacher will look for TQUK, right? The name in itself looks dodgy. It's a legit certificate, yeah.
Tariq halal meat.
Tariq halal meat. Oh man. Anyway, so that's what happened. And it's funny, just before I finished the course, right? Just before I finished the course, I got a I got basically a text message from a classmate, an old school classmate. And he goes to me that, they're interviewing for Madinah University in Manchester. Oh boy, I jumped out my bed, I went onto the computer, I emailed them, they gave me an interview straight away. I was happy. We drove to Manchester. We drove all the way to Manchester. I drove to Manchester with my friend who was also doing the English course with me. So we're both on the same levels when it comes to the English qualification, the TQ, Tariq, whatever you want to say. Yeah?
Yeah.
And so subhanAllah, we're making our way, making our journey. We go to the venue, we arrive at the venue, I go in for the interview, I see bare people there, man. Bro, imagine you're thinking Madinah University and you're seeing so many people. What's the first thing you're going to think?
There's no hope.
Forget about it, man.
Forget about it. Go home.
Bare people. Lots of people there. A lot of people. I just saw mashallah, I can't remember how much it was. About 30, 40 people in front of me. I was like, boy, everyone's into for the job. How many teachers are they going to take?
Yeah.
And I spoke to one of the brothers, the admin. He goes, there's 200 people that they're doing interview for. 200 people.
Wow.
So I was like, definitely 200 people are not getting accepted. Right? Anyway, khayr wa barakah. I had hope in Allah. I'm going for the interview. The funniest interview I ever had in my life. It was a chit chat. It was so do you drink alcohol? Do you smoke? No, we don't do that. And that was it. And just what's your name?
So pretty much you're overqualified for the job then.
That's it. I'm overqualified. When he saw the TQ UK reference that I was about to get a certificate, my man jumped up. Not jump, but his expression that he was happy. He was like, "Bro, this is better than a Celta."
MashaAllah.
So this is better than a Celta. So meaning, subhanallah, this. So I'm thinking Celta's the way, but Allah is the way.
Of course.
Allah Jalla wa Ala made this a sabab for me to enter maybe. Whether it be TQ UK or nothing.
Yeah, of course.
Allah Akbar.
Allah, man. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That is amazing.
It's the rahmah of Allah Jalla wa Ala, and we always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for khair. You ask Allah for khair, Allah will give it to you, inshallah. Don't ask Allah, I want this car. Allah, I want this house. Allah, I want this person to marry. Oh Allah, I want this, Ask Allah, give me khair. If there's khair for me in this, give it to me. Because Allah knows the future. Allah knows that maybe you being a student won't happen. Or something mad will happen. Or something really where you'd regret. You'd say, oh, I wish I was never ever a student at the University of Medina. Wallahi, ask Allah for khair. وَلَا تَقْلَقْ وَلَا تَقْنَطُ. Don't give up. Never ever give up. So subhanallah, I got myself into the University of Medina like this. Sorry, I know that was that one question, but I can't answer that question until I go all around the whole history.
No. Well,
But the funniest thing was, I want to tell you something. The guy gave me 3 dates. 3 dates. You know the interview?
Yeah.
They gave me 3 dates. They said it's from Medina. I was like, oh, mashallah, I thought they're just giving it out, for all the people who are coming. My friend I told you about, who was doing the course, and he was with me, he came with me to the interview. So on the way back, I go to him, yo bro, did you get any dates then? He goes to me, what dates? What are you talking about? And that was the first sign that inshallah I got in. So that made me a bit happy. Maybe Allah Jalla wa Ala wanted that to happen just so that I can be a little bit happy, look forward to this whole thing.
Welcome back to Medina.
Yeah. But before that, okay, so I've come back home. I'm kind of happy in my heart, but then I'm like, I'm not sure. It's a bit weird, right?
No, of course.
Just by giving me dates, they never said anything. They said 2 weeks, we'll let you know. So I think what's happening in my mind at this moment, I'm thinking, the guy's lost my email. or the guy's probably forgot, or this or that, or I don't know, man. So I look for his name on the internet everywhere, and I find his name. Right? Jazakallah khair, I don't want to mention his name. So I found his name, and I found his number. You know, it was on Facebook. There was an advert going on regarding the same interviews, I think a couple of years back.
Yeah.
You know, I contacted him. I WhatsApped him. I said to him, you know, brother, you know, this, that, I'm the brother who you interviewed, this, that, and the other. I wanted to know what's going on with my application. And he just started to talk to me. He was like, oh, mashallah, how'd you get my number? And I was like, oh, I found it on Facebook, this, that, and the other. And he was like, oh, okay, that's nice. And this, that, and the other. And I started talking to him, and he never got back to me with that application. Then I think some days later, he goes, there's some good news, and I'm going to be writing the letter of acceptance for the Madinah University program.
SubhanAllah.
Then he goes, and the good news is that I'm going to be writing one for ... So he didn't want to tell me that it's for you, but it is.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, bro. I've been bloody waiting for like, well, how many weeks now, man? And then, Qadarullah wa ma sha'a fa'al. Alhamdulillah, I got into the University of Medina. And I benefited as a teacher, but as a student. I enrolled in the Ma'had al-Haram program. I enrolled myself into different programs down there. I studied with Mashayikh, Sheikh Ahmed Rashid Ruhaili. I attended Durus of Sheikh Mukhtar Shanqiti. I attended various Durus. Sheikh Hassan Zahrani taught me Aqidah. Sheikh Sami Hussein al-Harbi taught me Aqidah as well. Sheikh Saud Muhammadi taught me Fiqh. And you know, anyway, the names are mashallah many, alhamdulillah. And I benefited from the Durus as though I was a student. In fact, I used to even sometimes go into the University of Medina, into the class and just sit into the lessons. I remember I used to go to the Faculty of Arabic Language, and they think I'm a student because we're dressed like them.
Yeah.
We're dressed just like the students, and we go in. You can go in as a mustami', as someone who's listening in. And this is just an advice, wallahi al-azim, you know, that Allah Jalla wa Ala says, لا تقنطوا من رحمة الله. Never lose hope in the mercy of Allah. That dua that you make, oh Allah, make me a student of the University of Medina. Ask Allah if that's khair for me. Because Allah can make you a teacher, if not the whatever.
There's no limits to the dua of Allah.
There's no limits. There's no the fruits are limitless completely, alhamdulillah. And therefore, I advise the brothers to not lose hope. Not lose hope. Keep making dua. Just because you can't get yourself into the University of Medina, don't think that Allah hasn't put you in something khair. Maybe someone goes to University of Medina and something happens, something serious happens.
Yeah, to be honest, sometimes, well, isn't Medina University doing an online course as well? So
exactly.
Medina can come to you now.
MashaAllah, exactly. Now it's online. You've got the Faculty of Sharia, you can study online, and the Faculty of Arabic Language, you can study online. Yeah. Just go onto the Medina University main website and go in, and you can just do your applications all online, everything.
Are there any other websites or academies that don't do it in?
So you have some good stuff down there. You have it's called Academia Islamiyya, Islamic Academy basically, and that's run by basically Sheikh I think it's Sa'id bin Nasir al-Shithri and the Kibar Ulama, Sheikh Salih bin Abdullah bin Humaid, the Grand Mufti of Saudi Arabia. Mashallah, that is a very amazing course, along with Zad Academy. Zad Academy is amazing. You order the books, they come to you, and you go through the whole curriculum, and the durus are online. And it's like 4 semesters. At the end, you get like a graduation certificate. It's nice, mashallah. Forget about the certificate. Wallahi, my brothers, stop thinking of certificates. Stop thinking this certificate. I want this. I just want the degree of Madinah University for what? For people, isn't it? Lawla nas. If there were no people, would you want the certificate of Madinah University, or would you want to just study the Deen? You just want to study the Deen.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely. That's the most.
Alhamdulillah, if a person can put the two together, alhamdulillah, there's no harm in doing that. Yeah, Jazakallah khair, man.
Thank you very much.
I don't really like talking about, you know, myself and saying me, but just as a matter of benefit, I know you've been asking me. And Jazakallah khair, Allah yarda alayk.
Alhamdulillah. I managed to get hold of you this time.
الله يبارك فيك. الله يجزاك الله خير. الله accept it. آمين. اللهم جزاك الله خير. السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله يحفظك.